everybody. Well, this Saturn project's never going to get done if we don't get started. So first thing, this is the parts car. First thing I want to do, because I'm not using this engine, but I'd like to know if it's any good, I'm going to do a compression check on this engine. So first thing we're going to do is blow away some of the debris, see if I can get the spark plugs out of it while it's cold, and then I'm going to fire it up. I got to swap batteries, then we'll get it in the shop and we'll see what it looks like. Alright, not too bad. So you see the 92 model had the full header on it, and we'll be swapping that over. It may be part of the exhaust, or see what happens there. But with the full header, it should make a little bit more power. Get the plug wires out. And I want to see if I can get the plugs out before I put any heat in this, and then if I break them loose, put them back in, then I'll drive it over, and then I'll pull them out in the shop. On my wrench. Okay, well the plugs, they were not too tight, they come loose, so I put them back in, I swapped the battery, and I've not started this, so let's see if this thing will start up. It's supposed to run, I don't know. A little trouble in the steering column here. Wow. Okay, it's running. Let's see if it'll drive around the block. No condition this clutch is in. And the brakes. Okay, so we got the car in the shop. I got the plugs out. They were not seized. They're in pretty bad shape. It's oily, dirty. That's okay. I'm not going to use them over again. I'm going to do a compression check. I've got a compression tester. Screw it into the cylinder. A little bit of heat in the motor, so it seals good. Have somebody in the driver's seats hold the throttle wide open to get the air in. All the plugs are out, and go ahead and crank it. So go ahead and crank it. Okay. And we have 190 in the first one. Should record these. Get them off the video afterwards. Okay, go ahead. About 160. Go ahead. $190. Go ahead. About 210. So yeah, those are good numbers. One cylinder's down a little bit. The high cylinder could be from carbon. Hard to say. When I had this car, the original engine had 125,000 miles. I had 185 psi across the board. So these are good numbers. Seems to have good oil pressure. We'll see when we get the cover off if the timing chain looks good or not. That's another indication. So we won't be tearing this down quite yet. I'm going to clean it up so I don't get all the dirt in my eyes when I'm working under this. But the plan is to drop the engine and transmission cradle out using the lift we installed. And take every other part off of this we're going to need. You got a clutch pedal and a few other things. Should be fun. How's it going, everybody? So I'll give you a quick update on the Saturn project. We took the Saturn out to give it a test drive to check out the transmission after we did a compression check on the motor and everything. And yeah, the motor's fair. It runs. I'm not planning to use it, but it's usable. Took the transmission for a test, and third gear is a little iffy, so we'll see. We'll put some new fluid in it, see how it runs, maybe a fresh cable, and we might have to take it back out. So won't be able to really get to that for a couple weeks. So we'll get done working on this. What's next for this car? When are we racing it next?
We're going to be racing June 19th and 20th at Cedar Falls Motorsports Park. Racing the Sportsman division there, which is 11.6 and slower.
Yep. and it's the only quarter mile division they have right now. Everything else is eighth mile. But yeah, we put the carburetor back on.
We did the chassis adjustment, put new rear shocks on it, and then
Lowered the nose about an inch. And in case you don't know, this guy's driving this car. I think he's doing a good job. He's also editing all the video, and we're just learning. We're having a lot of fun. We don't know what we're doing, but it's a good time. It's Ricky's channel, and he's doing the editing. I think he's doing great. So, having fun with that?
yeah.
Yeah.
And we just got the car off the lift today after getting it all put back together, and went to test drive it, and it was pouring out transmission fluid, and so we brought it back in, and it turned out it was just a fitting that was loose. Got it put back together. It's not leaking now. So
Yeah, so unfortunately we couldn't use the lift to fix it because we have 2 points on this lift that leak, and I took them apart, and we're using some Loctites on the fittings. I want to set it up for 24 hours before we put it back together. All the other fittings we use Loctite on are not leaking, so we're in pretty good shape. Pretty happy with it. Learning curve. I'm not a plumber. I don't know. So I'm learning the hydraulic fittings. So yeah, it's a good time.
other than that, thanks for watching.
Yep. Thank you.